Hi, my name is Jennifer Connor. I am a reference librarian at the Austin Public Library.
I'm Jesus Hernandez, an adult services librarian at Austin Central Library.
And I'm Meski Goshume. I'm also a reference librarian at the Austin Public Library. Jennifer will get us started with the presentation.
Thank you, Meski. So we just wanted to welcome you to today's presentation for the what we've got available to you at the Austin Public Library. We're calling it our Small Business Toolkit. And Meski, if you can hit the next slide. The first thing I want to tell you are a couple of things you probably already know. If you've had a library card in the past, you know that you can check out, books, CDs, DVDs, all kinds of fun things. But you can also download digital items such as ebooks, audiobooks. We've got streaming music and movies, all kinds of wonderful things that you can download 24/7. But did you also know that you can access resources that are typically hidden behind paywalls through our database collection? On every slide that you're going to see here in our presentation, you will see a link at the bottom of the screen. So when you get this PowerPoint later on, you can always just click on that link there. Next slide, please. But when you finish everything, learning everything here in our presentation, and you forget to ask in our Q&A after this presentation, and you want some more hands-on help, we've got a service called Book a Librarian. It's where you can reserve a librarian here at Central via the phone, virtual visit, or via email. You don't need a library card. We can help you put your hands on quality research and resources. We can help you figure out how to access your ebooks, all the e-collection items. We do that hundreds of times a day, so we're very well versed in that. We can help you learn basic computer skills. We can help your workforce learn basic computer skills, how to access email, etc. If you've got small business inquiries that are a little bit more specific and need a little bit more hand-holding, we can do that too. We will be doing in-person appointments very soon, so click on that link if you want to reserve a librarian. Next slide, please. So the best place that I wanted to start you out at is our business and nonprofits information guide. You can see our home screen for that page just on the left there, and the URL obviously at the bottom. This is what you want to bookmark. You want to start here for all of your business needs. Our reference librarians have scoured all the corners of the internet. We found the best print resources, the best other online and database resources, and we've included them all in these guides here. And I'm going to go over a few of these guides today. Bookmark that link. If you need more help, don't forget to book a librarian. Next slide, please. So one of the first guides that you'll see in that information guide is going to be called Company Information. This is where you can study other companies, be they public, private, subsidiary, even international. You'll see those tabs along the top of the screen there. Just click on any one of those for whatever you prefer. It's going to be your go-to spot for learning about what resources the library provides, authoritative websites, reference books if you still are interested in those print resources like our Book of Lists, and so much more. Next slide, please. This is something that people ask for a lot, and it's funding. This is just a one-page guide that you link to from that main info guide, and you can learn how to get funding from business loans, venture capital, crowdfunding, and the all-important government grant. So all of that information, it's very text-heavy, but it's packed with the right information that you're going to need. Next slide, please. So you want to learn about what business that you want to create, so you can figure out how to learn about your specific industry by getting a little tutorial on how to define your industry. You could study industry news reports from around the world, look at statistics, understand financial ratios, all of the stuff that you're going to need to make your business successful. And again, you'll see at the top of that info guide, there are several tabs there. Click through all of those and get all the information you need. Next slide, please. Marketing is probably going to be one of the most important things you do once you figure out what you want to do. We've got a lot of packed information on this page. You can do your market research here. You can identify your needs and wants through product research and learn about the people that want to access your stuff by doing consumer research. And obviously, advertising and social media are very important in the business world. So you want to learn about those as well. Next slide, please. We'll have Jesus guide you through the next few slides.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hello to everyone, and thank you again for being here. So, in today's business landscape, we can't overlook the competitive advantage that diversity affords your small business, which is why I want to introduce you to the virtual library in Espanol. And I want to briefly show you about 8 different resources to put into your small business toolkit. I'll show you how to get to the virtual library in Espanol, then 2 citizenship resources, 2 language learning resources, and I'll show you about our job portal here at Austin Public Library. So let's get started. To access the virtual library in Spanish, select Virtual Library Home from the drop-down on the library homepage. Then you click the button for Espanol and the blue button listing all Spanish resources. Next slide, please. The first resource I'd like to show you is Learning Express Library. Learning Express Library is jam-packed with features in English, such as the Computer Skills Center, where beginners can access lessons on computer use and popular business software. They can also brush up on their core skills with lessons in reading, writing, and math. And they can explore career profiles, study materials, and practice tests. What I'd like to point out to you today, however, are the recursos para hispanohablantes, or resources for Spanish speakers. This Spanish Resource Center also offers study guides and practice tests for high school equivalency. Additionally, Learning Express Library contains study materials for foreign national studying for the U.S. citizenship exam. So for many legal resident workers, citizenship would add a lot of the benefits, like higher incomes and better qualities of life that legal residency alone does not provide. Next slide, please. In the same vein as Learning Express Library, Inglés en 100 días, or English in 100 days, offers an online American citizenship course for Spanish speakers. When you access this resource, you can flip through an ebook of practice questions and answers, or practice with convenient audio tracks at your convenience. Next slide, please. According to the U.S. Census survey, 1 in every 5 people in Austin speak Spanish. It's possible that you employ Spanish speakers, market to Spanish speakers, or that you yourself are a Spanish speaker. Could your small business benefit from Austin Public Library's language learning resources? Inglés en 100 días produces a language learning program for Spanish speakers to learn English in 100 intensive lessons. This program integrates business vocabulary and pronunciation techniques into the courses to improve your workforce's presentation, telephone, and negotiation skills. Not only that, a good work-life balance is a crucial aspect to the mental health and continued productivity of your workforce. So in exchange for supporting language learning, you could find yourself a really loyal and dedicated employee, which is good for your bottom line. Next slide, please. Mango for libraries is another language software. Mango offers over 70 world languages to choose from, and you can work on their courses through their mobile app or from your desktop. So in addition to supporting your workforce's language learning endeavors, you can support your own language learning goals. Customer expectations about the way a company should work are diverse as well. And the best way to gain customers' acceptance is to reflect the diversity of your customer base. So, for example, learning a different language might actually open you up to a different potential market. Could you improve satisfaction and open up opportunities in different sectors by providing multilingual services and support? Next slide. Finally, I want to show you the job portal. With virtual job assistants, you or someone you know can book a job coach to obtain help with frequently needed job-related activities such as interview practice preparations, resume writing, cover letter writing, job searches, and so much more. You may have an applicant that just needs a little bit of help overcoming some of these challenging activities because perhaps you've had to turn away some really good candidates for a position. I just wanted to share these resources with you to let you know that we're here. The link here gets you to the English job portal page, but it also has a dedicated Spanish interface. Next slide, please. Now I'd like to point your attention toward 3 additional resources to add to your toolbox. Business Insights Essentials for company and industry data, Factiva for news and articles, and A to Z Databases, the premier job search, reference, and mailing list database. These are 3 powerhouses of market data available to English language learners that include dedicated Spanish interfaces. With that, I want to thank you for your time and attention and hope that you can begin to see how using Austin Public's Spanish resources can be a benefit to your own small business. My colleague Mesky will now take over and give you a deeper look into A to Z databases.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for everyone for being here. So there is this definition for data-driven decision making here. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but basing your decisions, basing your business decisions on data can give you competitive advantage over other companies. But is this a fancy word for big companies that only big companies can afford? The challenge for big and small companies is they wouldn't have the data they need, all the data they need. And if they try to collect all the data they need, it would be too expensive or impossible. So let me talk about what you can find from the library for free with your Austin Public Library card. So A to Z databases can give you 2 kinds of information. It gives you information on residents, and then it gives you information about companies. So it helps you answer questions like, where are my consumers? Where should I direct my marketing efforts to? And what products or services will have demand and where? So what's really cool about A to Z is that you can specify the geographic area that you're interested in, and then it also gives you a lot of filters to customize your search to your business needs. Let me take you to the A to Z website and show you what I mean. Now on the A to Z website, so follow the link from the PowerPoint to get to A to Z on our library website. Here is where you can search for businesses, and here's where you can search for individuals. But I'm gonna go at, over here under the business side and the resident side to come up with lists. Website, let's try again to on the resident side. And what I told you about specifying your geographic area, this is what I'm talking about. You can do map based search and zoom in as much as you need to get to even the specific neighborhood you're interested in and draw your boundaries. Um, that way, your search will be really customized to what you need. So perhaps I'm interested in this particular area and I can draw my own shape and zoom in as much as I need to. For now, I'm going to get out of here and go to the business side and show you what you can do over there. So A to Z has 30 million businesses in its records. You can do the map-based search that I showed you earlier, but you can also do state or metro area. I'm going to do metro area for today, and the state is Texas here, and I'm gonna select Austin Round Rock metro area. And now I'll just point out some of the filters, but I encourage you to dig more in here. You can specify the keyword here of the business you're interested in. Just for an example, I'm gonna use retirement communities and homes, and then you can specify the employee size. Maybe you want to see the bigger ones with more employees or the smaller ones. I'm going to choose the smaller businesses with less than 50 employees, for example. You can select women owned businesses. You can see the small businesses or exclude them. You can select the franchise type and much more. Now, after I selected my filters, I'm going to say update count and then search. It gives me 51 businesses here. Now I'm going to look at the results. I just want to show you a few things in here uh, with the results. While it's loading, just want to tell you the results will come up as a list here, but you can see the results in the data metrics tool. It's really cool. Take a look at that, or the graph tool. You can also download your results. You can print or email your results and deal with your data as you need to. And then once it comes up, I'll show you the map tool. It shows you all those 51 businesses on a map. That way, you will know where those businesses are concentrated or there aren't much of them, where there aren't much of them. So this is taking long to load. So I'm gonna hit the back button here. All right, so in this results page, we can go into one of the listings. Let's say we want to see the Bastrop Nursing Community Nursing Center. You can see how many employees they have, their revenue per year, a lot of information there. If they have job postings, you can see their revenue trend for the past 4 years. You can see how many people are they're employing for the last 4 years. So many things, and their annual expenditures. You can see how much they spend on utilities or office equipment or rent. There's a lot of good information in there to base your market research on. Now I'm gonna go to the our PowerPoint and mm, tell you a few more things. Now, we told you about all these really cool resources, but how do you access them? That's the question. Well, a lot of our resources don't even require library card. For example, ask a librarian, book a librarian, um, book a job coach, um, and just going to any Austin Public Library location and accessing our databases. All these don't require library card. If you don't have a library card and you want a library card, if you live in Austin, it is absolutely free. If you don't live in Austin, then there are other options. There is a paid option and there is a text share option. Just contact us and we will explain all those options to you. In case you work for the Austin City, you will get a library card for free as well. And so the databases specifically that we talked about, if you want to use those from your home, then you will need your library card number and password. A lot of people have library card, but they may not remember their password. Just give us a call and then we'll be happy to help you with that. And for anything else, contact us from our Ask a Librarian page. You can contact us via email, text, phone, and we'll be happy to help you. And you can click on the link on this page to get to our Ask Us page. Now, thank you so much for coming and attending our presentation. Just to wrap up, Jennifer told you about our business information guides, and Jesus told us about our resources in Spanish for Spanish speakers, and I told you about the A to Z databases and how you can access all these cool resources. So type in your questions in the chat. We will have a question and answer session right after here. So let us know what your questions are. Thank you.